So I traveled halfway across the globe to get to this tropical oasis that I'm in, and yeah, quite spontaneous, honestly. So life has a funny way of bringing me back to nature, and specifically this island when I need it the most. This spontaneous trip couldn't have come at a better time. My sister and I were going to make this journey together, and we were beyond excited.
Make your way to doorway B4 for your flight into Baltimore. Doors are...
We both have been overworked and ready for a break. I stayed up all night prior to our early flight packing last minute, as was the theme for this trip. And it actually worked out because I was quite exhausted and able to sleep throughout the long flight ahead. I got the call from my uncle just a couple weeks ago, and he was like, what are you doing in a couple weeks? Because I need a house sitter and someone to watch Otis. And Otis is his pup. He is 6 now. I actually took care of him 5 years ago and did the same thing when I lived out here for a longer time. But he was my best bud, and I'm so happy to be here and adventure with him again. I convinced my sister, and we packed our bags, booked the flight, and now we're here. I'm honestly just so grateful for having family out here. I used to live here in the past, but moved back to the mainland, and yeah, I just haven't been back here in a while, so it's really nice to be here. It's quite a blessing. It feels like my comfort zone and just my second home. It just feels like my natural environment. The avocado trees are right here. The peach trees are blooming and fruiting. Back at home in the van, I've been focusing a lot on research and also editing videos. And so that has been putting me behind the screen a lot. And honestly, I've just been feeling a little burnt out. I'm excited to soak in the ocean and in the fresh water of the waterfalls. But yeah, I'm especially excited to have my little sister here because she also needs a very well-deserved break from life in general. And I know that this island has just been like calling me back. I don't know, it's a little strange. But I'm gonna stop blabbing on and just enjoy being here and take you guys along. All right, let's go. We immediately had to get into the ocean, so we headed down the mountain to get to a quiet little area for Otis. I kid you not, we probably played fetch the coconut for almost 2 hours straight. He didn't have rest in mind, and I was okay with it. And after recouping from travel, we took Otis up the mountain to one of his favorite fields to run free and also find a good seat for the sunset. Waking up in Hawaii still feels like a dream. My life on the East Coast is 6 hours ahead, so even though I'm behind, I've been getting my day started around 5 a.m. here and still feeling well rested. Not a bad deal, honestly. You know, when you're on a trip or vacation and you get that feeling almost like a sense of guilt, saying, maybe I'm not deserving of this, or maybe I should be working harder instead. Yeah, don't always listen to that because life wouldn't be life without living. And while you're in a different place, why not be present for it? Rewiring my mindset into a frequency of gratefulness and abundance while times are hard is a challenge that I continually have to exercise on. And it's all about choice, because I can choose to entertain the idea of worry and within my environment create more of it. For instance, I was beginning to get a little anxious about taking this break for the summer, being pulled away from my life on the mainland. But at the end of the day, it's okay to trust in the chapters of deep rest. Even if there's no definitive agenda or understanding of where the journey will take me. I find that rest has been what I've been yearning for, as my past few seasons of life have been feeling rushed and uprooted. It's not necessarily because of life out of the van, but I do think having a change in environment with no major to-do list has been able to remind me of the beauty in the present moment. We are headed out to the east side today to rendezvous with some friends and family. It takes relatively longer to get there, but it is always a drive well worth embarking on. It's still so surreal being on island this summer. It just feels as if the saturation of everything in life has been turned up. The colors are just so vibrant and the warmth of the sun is so comforting. I've wondered if maybe it's because I'm taking the time to slow down and really take things in. Or maybe it's just the mana in it all. The energy and the feeling of a deep appreciation for the land and life in general. It's easy to understand why these values are deeply rooted in Hawaiian culture. It's back to the east side today for some exploring. This part of the island is my absolute favorite. It's full of natural life, and with the abundance of water, it brings an incredible and lush rainforest to become immersed in. We're planning on hiking through the bamboo forest, rain or shine. It wasn't the easiest of expeditions as we took the longer route to get to the waterfalls, climbing pretty high over the ridges, but that extra challenge made the destination all that more sweeter. Okay, how do we fit through this now?
Oh, do we have to walk on it? Oh, God.
Don't let it fling back at you.
I'm angry. Wait, how did you get through this?
The waterfalls are so enchanting, and just being here feels like the true definition of a forest bath. So as it continues to rain, we decide to head back home for a slow and relaxing evening. There's something about being out, moving your body in nature for the full day that always feels so rewarding. There's a magic of being somewhere different for an extended period where you have to create a different routine outside of the norm. It may be cliche, but getting out of autopilot or stepping out of your comfort zone allows the freedom to explore and wake your senses to new experiences. It's almost like writing with your opposite hand, a rewiring of what's normal. It's really good.
Yes, perfect.
Yum, thank you so much. Thank you.
Really far from the
After being on island a while, I often think about the power behind water and what it offers us. It's a source of life. Just being near its flow brings a sense of absolvement, a washing away of any past worries or concerns, and for just a moment, a chance to be present with life's movement. Truly a gift to witness. It makes being near it all that more special. As our trip begins to near its end, we do want to spend as much time with our buddy Odie doing his favorite thing. So it is back to the beach with the coconuts.
Good job, buddy. I think the current's too strong.
No, he loves it. So it has been some time since making a video here as life turned into a whirlwind the beginning of spring. Work piled up in general, and I just got pulled further and further away from my routines and deadlines. Being offered the opportunity to take this trip on top of that made things feel even more difficult. As hard as it was to pull myself away, I had to remind myself that time is the only thing that you can't buy. But you can make time for the things that are important to you. Connecting with our loved ones and the beauty that nature has provided us is something that I believe we all have a right to. Sometimes we forget. Sometimes we get stuck in cyclical loops in order to either make ends meet or mentally we're feeling undeserving of rest. We forget, but nature is not far, and you don't have to travel across the world to find it. You can truly just walk outside and look. It's our last day on island, and I'm just sitting trying to gather my thoughts and get ready for this really long flight. Definitely bittersweet. It's gonna be good to get back into my schedule and just get back to life in general. But then I have to leave my co-pilot, Osh buddy. It's time for me to travel back home, and after my break, I'm honestly looking forward to getting back with this refreshed sense of appreciation. So I thank you guys so much for being here, and I'm also excited to be back creating more videos. Hopefully, I will see you on the next one.
Hi, Otis. Hi, baby. I love you so much. Good sit.